Hi guys, it's us again, and today we're going to talk about whether we are going to move to America or stay in Korea. So this is Kyungho.
안녕하세요.
안녕하세요.
여기는 다이나입니다.
Yeah, Diana, 저는 Diana입니다 in Korean. So you guys already know our names, and as you can tell, we do want to discuss about moving to America because I know like everyone's wondering like why are we going to America, but we officially didn't announce like we're moving there. But one thing that we want to clear out for all of you guys out there is that we are not permanently moving over to the US right now. We still are going to live here in Korea. And we're going to visit over to the US for 3 months.
Wow, clear.
Clearance! Okay, like,
Yeah.
we're gonna just clear
Yeah,
that
that's
out
right.
for everyone.
Not only our subscribers, my friend, Dinah's friend, other family also ask us about it.
Of course, you guys know it's just visiting.
Oh, I feel better to give you announce.
So we're gonna talk about the pros and cons of here in Korea and over in the US. So let's get started with a couple categories that we broke down for you guys. So you follow us through this discussion here. As a family, we do get a lot of attention because we're an international family, and there's not that in this area. There's not many international families. It's just us. So we kind of been known in this area, maybe in other areas as well, as the interracial family.
The good thing is people remember us, and then whenever we go restaurant, they try to give service extra thing.
We get extra food. I love that.
We don't go there often. We just go there one time per month, but they owner remember us.
Yes,
So
that's true.
Yeah, remember us, and they try to give something because they think we are a big fan of their service. So
Right, there have been restaurants where we haven't been to in months, and we'll go there and they would remember who we are. So we make an impression to people. That's one thing I have noticed, that people never forget us. Even if it's been a whole year, they still remember that we went there last October.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's a thing for us. I don't know about other families, but for me, that's a positive. I want to talk about some of the racism that I have faced in Korea. It's not much, but it's more about the impression I give to people. You know, there's a lot of different types of foreigners here, but when people see me alone, some people would ask me like what my job is after we have a bit of a small chat together. And at that time I would say I'm an English teacher. And I usually would see surprised faces. They would be surprised that I'm an English teacher because commonly black people in Korea are seen as either factory workers and sometimes English teachers depending on like what country they're from, and sometimes unemployed. So whenever I would say I'm an English teacher, they would get surprised and then realize, oh, you did mention that you're American, so that's right. And then they'll start treating you a little bit better actually, because I am American. I do see that I get a bit more privilege when I talk to people, as far as in like how they would talk to me and respond back. They're extra nicer, and but I don't know, it could be just their personality, but I do notice that people are more nicer to me.
many people think about they judge with the job. It's like I don't think it's good.
Job status kind
Yeah,
of.
people think I think every job is important, right? Even factory we need the job, and then teacher, cleaner. Everything is important. For Korean think highly educated job is important, and then they receive a higher income.
In Korea, it's kind of seen more like your job status has more value. Job status, education level, things like that. That's kind of, it has more value compared to the U.S. So that I would say that's not really. I'm not sure if that's in the category as racism, but I do get treated better based on my country, and I do see more privilege because I am married to a Korean citizen. So that's another thing that I do notice. For other black people in Korea, I think that it could be a little bit more different. Maybe they have more challenges and different treatment, I suppose. So I would say, yeah, I do see a bit of privilege of being married and also being American. Now, if you're from other countries, like somewhere in Africa, besides South Africa, I think that the treatment is a bit lower. I'm not exactly sure because there have been people that have good experiences as well, but whatever country you're from, it will play a factor on what kind of treatment you will receive and also who you come across, what kind of people you come across. So it's something to look at.
But America is better than other countries. So when they see when they listen American English, they think, oh, good English. Yeah, I can tell you when I was studying in America, like Market Upton, right? I asked something, hey, where is nail clipper and nail clipper? And they say, what is it? What is it?
What?
What? I said, nail, it's example, nail clipper. Okay, my English is not perfect, but it's what? It's not nice, right? I know English, right? Could you repeat which is more nicer, right?
Can you repeat that?
Repeat that, please. But they say, what?
What? Can't understand that either.
And then they pretend they don't listen, just they put item again like this.
Yeah, just kind of brush them off, ignore. And then remember that one time you went to the baseball game near home? I wanted a refill, so I asked him to get a refill, so he went out.
Coke man? Oh man.
Yeah, he went out to get some Coca-Cola, and then the guy, the cashier, what happened at the cashier?
I said, no, he doesn't want to refill. But I couldn't understand. But he said, blah, 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 blah. So what I feel was, if he knows about my English level, he can speak slower or more kind to make me understand.
Whenever he's dealing with customer service or any other people for something like a service, people don't try to understand his English speed.
Oh, right.
They don't give him any of their time and they just kind of brush him off. So Kyung-ho is just kind of left in the light, doesn't know what to do. So I always come to the help. And
yeah. When I'm with you, they are very nice.
They're nice. I get things done. I'll let them know this is not how things are going to work.
When you visit America, you should be together with me, okay?
Yeah, I'm kind of like, when I'm in America and like there's a problem like at customer service, I'm very direct.
I also remember that like 7-8 p.m. in America, I wanted to put gas alone. I said, I will go gas station. And I said, don't.
Yeah, don't go to gas stations at night. That's I feel like Asians are targeted and they're seen as weaker. So in general, Asians are seen as weaker, right? So they just target it a little bit more. And then at nighttime, Caucasians, Asians, they're just seen as targets at night. And so you don't want to go to a gas station at night. Kyung-ho needs to be a little bit extra careful because people can treat him differently based on his ethnicity. And one thing I have noticed is that sometimes when I'm with Kyung-ho, people ask if he was my husband or are we dating. I thought that was a little invasive because it's not anyone's business.
Could you?
Yeah, they're asking.
In America?
Right.
Oh, even it's a diversity country.
When we were with Minji and June at the time last year, people thought it was strange that we're interracial family. But what I noticed that with the black community, people thought it was pretty cool. But with
I didn't expect this in America. Yeah, I just thought everything is diversity, so that they don't think about it. Us, or they don't stare at us, but actually they do.
Yeah, it's just really depend on the community. So black community, people thought it was cool, really nice and cool that we're mixed. And then just one thing I do remember is when I introduced Kyung-ho to my other family members, they asked if he does Kung Fu. I'm like, that was one like
Kung Fu?
Who asked that? That's such a really old thing to say.
Kung Fu is Chinese.
Kung Fu is Chinese. I don't know why someone asked me that.
What is Korean martial arts?
Jiu-jitsu.
Taekwondo. Jiu-jitsu is Brazilian.
Okay.
Okay,
totally
Your family member ask about do I do kung fu?
Yeah, it's like, you know, if someone asks that, they're just trying to tease you.
Yeah.
But it was my uncle. He was joking at the time, but
Yeah.
still, that's such a really old racist joke.
What I feel is that he wants to understand about me. He wants to know, say something that he knows about me. That I feel it's okay.
I was like, he's Korean, and then he was like, "What's that?
Which part?
Where, north or south?"
Which part?
Yeah, and then, you know, sometimes I tell people that I know, like, you know how Americans make small chat all the time? And I think this is the time when I was going back and forth to Korea. I was going to the gym in the mornings all the time, and this is back then. So I was going to the gym in the mornings, and I said, you know, in a couple of weeks I'm heading back over to South Korea. They say north or south, and I say south. And they say, oh, you know, do they have electricity over there? Do they have tents? Like, how do you guys live there?
Yeah, they don't know Korea.
Tents? Really? We're not back in the 19 or 1800s, right? But people would ask if there's electricity in South Korea.
A worker asked me, where are you from? I said, Korea. And he said, which part? And I said, south. And he said, is it safe?
Is it
How can you
safe?
come America? I said,
Are there bombs?
that's why I said, oh, I can come America. Well, he said, Kim Jong-un said okay?
Wow.
And I said, yes, he said okay.
Oh
I
my
said,
goodness.
Kim Jong-un said okay. Oh,
This is just like some weirdest stuff we get. Over
okay,
in
they
the
don't
US.
know South and North, and they only know Kim Jong-un, but they don't know President Moon.
Nobody knows President President Moon at the time. I think at the time there's Park Geun-hye too. But
Yeah.
anyways, like, people don't know.
That's right. Well, I think it's okay. Just they want to interact with me.
You should ask them, like, do you know MMA? Wow, we're like really corny.
What do you
Our-
think? Corny?
Corny means like our jokes are not that great.
Okay.
We talked about racism. I don't think Minjin are going to face much racism besides I mean, they fit in. I feel like they fit in into American society. I mean, I want to share about my experience as getting a job here. In Korea, you have a resume. You have to attach your picture to it, and employers can see what you look like. So as a Black American, I mean, we don't have that many opportunities sometimes because Caucasians highly preferred in a lot of hagwons here.
Sometimes I see the job posting Caucasian.
It was difficult for me because people would see my face, right, on the resume. And so I didn't really get that many calls back, but I did get enough that I can choose what school I wanted to go and teach. So maybe I was pretty to some people, maybe I just had good qualifications, but I think these schools were just open-minded. And so I had enough. A little later on, when I decided to switch over to other schools, I noticed that when I didn't put my picture on the resume and I would send it out, I would get a lot of feedback from people. Everyone wanted to do an interview with me.
So there's no picture, just only thing is no picture and then more feedback.
Yeah, I would get more opportunities. I noticed that. So I thought, okay, so the only thing that employers are going by is what's on my resume and that I'm American. As you guys know, Americans highly prefer as well. So everything was based on my resume. At the time, video calls was common for interviews. When I did my interview, the video chat opened up and the employers saw me, and at the first few seconds they were surprised that I was Black.
What do they do?
Oh, are you Dangina?
Oh. They expected you white?
Right, because sometimes we'll call and talk to schedule the interview. My voice sounded more white, I would say.
Are you Diana?
We would continue the interview, and after they learned about what I could do, they became very comfortable. And they became very open about accepting me for the job offer. They gave me the job offer. I didn't get every job offer, but a lot of the job offers that a lot of the interviews I score because I think it's more about how I express myself and how I'm able to take care of the job. So I think that what warms a lot of the employers, it warms them up that they think that she is fit. She fits this job. Regardless of her color, and she's dressed professional and she's able to express herself. So I think, that's what really impressed the employers.
That's most important. How you teach English well. That's most important.
Yeah, how can you get this job?
Yeah, right.
How can you manage this job and things like that? So they thought I was very suitable for the job, and that's how I score a lot of interviews.
I think this is a really good tip that no picture in the resume for people who want the job.
I was just kind of testing my boundaries and just seeing how far I could go without a picture. And there was even one time where I applied to a school that only wanted Caucasian people. I just wanted to test this out. They called me, they wanted to schedule an interview, we did it, boom. And then, of course, when we did the video chat, they were surprised and a little skeptical. And kind of a little bit closed-minded in the start of the interview. And the more I talked, explained, and elaborated about my skills, they started to open up. And I started to see a little bit more smiling from the employer. The employer started to accept that my skills were more valuable rather than my color, because the job, as I said, is more Caucasian.
They should.
And she said, would you like to start next week?
Yeah. I also think skill is more important than appearance, right?
Definitely.
I don't know why, but they judge face.
Right. That's one thing here. But as far as in Kyunho's job opportunity, he already has a permanent job here.
That time I did Photoshop too. I did.
Is that you?
Yeah, it's me. It was me 10 years ago, but it's just so much Photoshop.
As an international family, there are always pros and cons to weight which country is the best for us, or particularly us. Make sure you follow us on this journey, subscribe, and click the like button to follow us for our next video. We'll see you guys next time.
This is a
Bye.
production.